Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. This is Yvonne B, and I am surrounded by our lovely cast of characters in our D&D campaign, Liberty, Lost, Freedom, Gain. We're on episode 17, which is insane to me. And because we are so hella hecking late, I'm going to go through and try to give an introduction for everyone, if I can just remember the order. We have Matt, aka Melodor219, playing Ziana. Above him, I believe, I'm doing this off of memory. Above him, I believe, we have Sienna, played by Emily, aka Ember. Next to her, we have Howie, aka BlueGamePlus, playing Meru. Next to him, we have Jamey, aka KrimzonKnight Gaming. KrimzonKnight, if you're on YouTube, playing Jason, and below him we have Tim, aka Lincoln Yellow, playing Teldian. Last where we left off, we actually finally got down to the residence of Teldian's daughter, Alicia, and her husband, Arvis. Turns out they run a trading area, like a trading station, that connects the southmost part of the continent to the main veins of trade, like the capital. But after a very long family reunion, considering he hasn't seen his daughter in 10 years out of his own negligence, sorry to call you out so bad.
It's not negligence.
Negligence.
He's just busy.
It's negligent adjacent.
Out of his own negligence.
It seems like Alicia has daddy issues. A lesser bard might try and exploit that, but you know.
And luckily, you're with a bard that doesn't swing that way.
Yet.
Oh my god.
To be honest, she probably doesn't know where she swings right now, but...
She's 50! Y'all are like babies.
Diana's not 15. May as well be, though, since she's an elf, but anyway.
I certainly hope you're not saying Alicia's 15, because she's married.
No, I'm
No.
saying she's 50.
50.
Oh,
Something.
Alicia's 50. Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Respect your elders.
I was gonna go something, some cultures in history, blah 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 blah.
Oh no. Anyway.
We're not touching that.
We're not
Japan
touching
and
that.
13-year-olds. I mean.
Okay. And so I forgot where I was. Yeah. Negligent
In your room.
negligent father. Tim is a terrible dad. I mean,
No, we did it.
Tony is a terrible father. So even though it was a very short family reunion, we've already discovered that there is mysterious workings afoot as we went into the trading post and found that it was bugged with a magical device made specifically for gathering information, transcribing it.
I picked
So-
that up, I recall.
Yes, you did.
And I think I did something like I didn't put that in my inventory. I definitely need to. Pardon me.
Womp womp. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Like I disconnected it and I'm looking to try and make find a way to use it, right?
Yeah, trying to find a way to reverse the effect.
yes, so you could try to figure out who the hell would be spying on her or her customers or whatever. And alongside this, we also found a strange marking of like this weird bluish moss smeared across the base of their house. So with all of that, we return right where we left off at Alicia's place.
Did we ever
Let's-
find out what that bluish smear was?
Yes, it's a kind of moss that originates from the heather marsh. It
Oh.
is it seems to be like tampered with or something with some kind of magical element. But they were able to identify it because of the cat, who always reacts the same way to this kind of moss, kind of like magical catnip.
Magical catnip.
Enjoy, kitty.
Like, let's be honest. The gamer brain is saying this is weird and
Mhm.
noted, therefore is important. There's the
All
part.
of us like magical catnip must be the secret item to unlock everything. Meanwhile, Yvonne is just like, no, it's just catnip.
It's just catnip, my guys. It's catnip that's been infused with magic. Like, you know how people will sometimes make like wine for cats?
Mhm.
I keep forgetting that's a thing, and every time I am so much happier.
What for cats?
Wine.
Wine.
For cats.
Why?
Why
It's
not?
special cat
Why
wine.
not? That was literally the
Cat
slogan of
drinking
whoever
won't
made
get
it.
you.
Just like this magical catnip in this world. Why not?
So,
Sounded like you were going for the pun wine nut.
oh, womp womp womp.
Pretty sure
Well.
there's a Pokemon named Why Not.
Let us all convene back at the trading post.
Are we not already at the trading post?
No, you were outside.
I see. Okay.
Well, now we're in the trading post.
Yes, because I forced you here.
We're back. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Guess who's back, back
So-
again.
Are we looking at it being like sometime after breakfast?
No, we're right where we left off.
I'm trying to remember what that was. Because we had eaten
Right
breakfast.
after breakfast.
Oh yeah, did we eat breakfast? Why do I say we? Like I.
We
I
kind
think
of were
we
in the
were-
process of, and then abandoned all of it.
We were
Oh,
definitely in
yeah.
the process of it because Jason was insisting on making breakfast.
Oh yes, he was.
I
Well-
definitely remember that.
Breakfast was made, and he had fetched all the water and everything, and yeah.
Yes.
We started eating and then abandoned everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you gotta do some stuff. Anyhow. So, you have just found the weird magical bug inside of the papers keeping chest behind the front desk. Nothing else
Really?
seems to have been tampered with, unless you missed something.
I will say,
Should we be showing the multiverse on the stream?
You know, it probably would be more engaging.
You'll
It's
need
not
to share you'll need to share your screen with me, Yvonne, and then I can put it up.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment.
Yeah, because we realized last time that it would not help them at all if it would not help anybody if they saw mine.
That's true. But on the other hand,
I mean, it's better than nothing, but
yeah.
yeah.
It's just, you know, now
Yeah.
y'all are seeing everything behind the screen.
You had
Yeah.
you figured something out for that last time, but
Did I?
yeah, I don't remember what it was. I don't think you told me.
I don't
But
remember
you had a
what
thing.
it was.
Oops.
Did you have it like in a second window or something?
Yes, I did. That's what it was.
Okay. Anyway, so I will keep it on what it is until you can get that sorted.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what I get so what all's going on around here?
well, we found some magical implements. Somebody wants to know what these guys are hearing.
What? Why though?
And no,
Be important information from clients. Never know what you might hear around these parts.
maybe a competitor of some sort that wants to get an edge up or something?
Hearing what's coming through could certainly help out if you're trying to exploit that information. Especially when it comes to trade, from what I understand, getting a leg up and hearing things before everybody else does is one of the biggest ways you can make a profit. To that end, actually, Arvis,
Yes.
could I perhaps, considering that we're sent here to investigate certain missing material, would you be able to let me look into your ledgers? I'd like to see if I can really get an impression to see what's going on here versus where we're heading.
Well, you see, though I am technically a co-partner in this, Alicia handles most of the business side. I'm mostly here for, I hate to say it like this, manpower and a male face.
I see.
Mhm.
Nice. Where is Alicia? I'll have to ask her.
Oh, well, she's still at the house.
Wait, didn't she join us?
Well, we went outside to see what was going on with the house, and then we noticed the streak of blue on the foundation, and she went to look at it a little further.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure.
So let's just go and ask her.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and just exit and see if I can touch base with Alicia.
Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to leave.
Do you have while you're figuring that out, do you have the other thing ready or not yet?
I do. I have the other thing ready.
Okay. Cool. Then it is
This
live
portal
on the thing.
goes to- I don't remember where this portal goes to.
I seem to have died.
You have died?
Hasn't crashed, or
I don't know. Like,
As
Oh
in
my gosh.
mostly died
you're
or
una-
died all the way?
If you're
died?
unable to move your character, hit F5.
that does nothing.
Or
Yeah, it
otherwise
looks like-
refresh the page.
Mhm.
Again, I'm on the app, not the.
Oh.
You can refresh. There's a. Where is it? That's clear app data.
I didn't even realize
There
they
we
had
go.
an app.
Refresh the app. There's a button for it on the right.
Multiverse.com for information about
Mm-hmm.
It wants me to log in. What? Okay, no, we're going. This game has already been giving me trouble, and I'm still stuck in the portal.
You're stuck in the.
oh,
Oh, that's awkward.
that happened to me
I'm
earlier.
not sure.
I was able to get out just by wiggling around a lot, but also I found it was easier just to use a portal, not specifically that portal, but use a portal to teleport somewhere else and then teleport back.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Okay,
showing
yes.
you
That
to
is
be
working.
there but not there.
I went back inside.
Yeah, I immediately got stuck in that big portal at the base of their house and I had to go back to the trading post and come back.
That is so.
Okay, I'm
peculiar.
here. Yay. Okay.
Yay.
Alicia.
Let's just say Arvis followed you.
Yeah.
There are 2 Arvises.
Yeah. we
I know.
this.
Shut up.
He's very
It's
fast.
it's like those old it's like in the whole old Halo game when they first introduced another player other than Master Chief. For the cutscenes, they had to have Master Chief up in a corner somewhere hidden behind a pillar. Halo 2, that's the game I was thinking of. Anyway, sorry, back on topic.
I don't know why we're all the way out here. Alicia, could I take a look at your ledgers just to
I'm sorry?
just to get a baseline understanding for what we're getting into. We're looking to try and find some lost supplies, and knowing what's coming through here can certainly help out once we get down south.
Lost supplies? From whom?
Were you not told what we're here for?
Yes, but if it's something that has to do with my business specifically, I would like to have more information. I hope that's not unreasonable.
I don't think we even have more information. We're just told that there's some things missing coming up from down south. We don't know where they're going missing.
From what I've been told, it's because of the shortages.
Shortages.
Yes, for the past 2 or 3 months, things have not been flowing, let's say, into the storehouses as they should be. Normally, we would expect certain crops to come up this year, certain gatherables, but nothing. Let's just say we have a fraction of what we would normally be getting, and we can't quite figure out why. Though if this moss is as tampered with as it seems, I feel like it may have something to do with that. Normal things can't grow under weird tampering, right?
What supplies are being interrupted? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking back through my notes. Specifically, an interruption with the supply chain. So, what is actually in short supply coming up from down south?
Mostly things that are foraged and gathered, and those things that are used to make different treats or cooking implements. Like in the Heather Marsh, they don't grow many of their things. They gather it. Some try, a lot fail. So there are some roots and some plant matter that make thickening agents that are used to make a lot of pastries around Frau Loran. There are a couple of things like the moss that my cat loves. They sell that all over the place. Are you acquainted with any cats?
With any what?
Cats or cat owners?
No.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's a little off topic, but it's these kinds of things that unless you're paying attention to a certain part of the market, you wouldn't notice.
Okay, so just recapping: thickening agents. What else?
Well, things that are used to make thickening agents.
Okay.
Like there's a special root that grows there, and when you grind it up and put it into something, it makes kind of a goo that's used as something to bind a lot of foods. Does this make any sense? Do you cook?
I'm more confused as to why would we be sent here just for thickening agents.
Have you tried to make? You don't cook, do you?
Jason.
You know what?
How do you use a thickening agent?
Okay.
Jason comes out of the barn that he'd slinked off to during the conversation. Yeah, somebody call.
How
Oh, that's
Haru
not the
can't wrap his head around thickening agents and why
No,
they're necessary.
I can.
Are we talking for stews
Okay.
or well, yeah, but What kind of thickening agents is what I mean.
Mostly for
Wow, I went a
mostly
little
for
bit Southern Belle there. My bad.
Southern Belle.
Well, I declare. And Jason's new canon voice. Well, I do declare.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh God, yo, careful. That's like swearing at somebody in the South, my dude.
Yeah.
My favorite was hearing "Bless your wee little heart."
Oh,
no.
that's
Oh,
absolutely destroying somebody. Anyway, back on topic. What kind of thickening agents are you meaning? You mean like for like making gravy, or for like for
Usually
what?
usually not gravy, more for like making pastries. Like,
So like you mean like I think I see what you're saying. And so what was the question?
your bird friend here, the blue one, doesn't seem to think it's important or how it would disrupt business and trade.
My dude. The world runs on pastries.
Think about it. How many bakeries are there in all of Brawleran? How many bakeries did you pass coming down here?
Jason genuinely like wraps a big patronizing arm around Miru and is just like, my dude, my fine feathered friend, trust me on this. Pastries make the world rotate.
Round.
What's that? Miru, you know the word I'm trying to say. Make it spin.
Rotate?
Pastries make the world go round.
Wait, pastries are the source of revolution?
Pastries are the only thing that keeps life worth living in many parts of the world. I haven't been to many parts of the world, but I could guarantee you that that's the case.
Like, I might pick one up on my way home from work every week or so, but like, goddamn, really?
Well, think about it. It's food. If people go hungry,
It's a pastry. It's sweet.
Did you not hear about the great Danish wars of 400 years ago?
Great Danish wars of 400 years ago.
He said, the player said, fully not pulling that out of his ass.
Okay.
did
The
you
army
not
of the
hear
cinnamon
my
buns
mom
and the
tell you
army of the
about the Great
cheesecakes?
Danish Wars?
I was expecting like maybe some like for things that are gathered. I was expecting some like I don't know, high quality, extremely regional like I don't know, potion
Well,
ingredients.
Meru, if you think about it, if these items are on shortage, that makes them that much more desirable and more expensive.
Yeah.
The more these
Particularly-
items get shortaged, the more expensive they're going to become.
Mm-hmm.
And the more
particularly
revolting
with,
people are going to do.
nobility. You know,
Yeah.
the nobles will pay a pretty penny for regional goods that are this delectable, and when they're rare, even more so. It's almost like a status symbol.
It's not even just that.
Takes a bite of chocolate cake.
Not even just that. If I don't know if you eat a lot of baked goods, I know it hasn't been very necessary since we've expanded our trade overseas a couple of 100 years ago. But sourced in Brawleran, that's the only way to make any bread that is expected to not be flat. If it needs
Jamie's
to,
over here suddenly just now realizing what thickening agent you've been meaning.
Are we talking about yeast?
Yes. Sorry. I'm just a little slow. I'm just a little slow. I've been rolling with it going, okay, thickening agents, right, okay, Sorry,
Like,
I'm here now.
Like, isn't yeast something that's like infinite?
no,
Not necessarily.
they're still a life source. They're still living. If you somehow get rid of them, kill them, and this isn't exactly yeast. Yeast is not originated from here. We can, like, if you've had sourdough bread, that's probably the yeast that we've kept here since we first got yeast. If you've had, like, let's say, fresh baked wheat bread, 9 times out of 10, unless the ingredients are being sourced from outside, which makes it even more expensive, they use this root. It's kind of a substitute. It's difficult to say.
Okay, real question. Howie does not know, apparently does not know a lot about bread and yeast, and I would like to clear this up.
It's kind of like
I was under the impression that yeast was kind of like you keep a culture, you keep your yeast starter, and you use a little bit of it, and when you run low, you stick a bunch of flour and sugar in it and call it a day.
sourdough bread. Sourdough bread.
Just sourdough?
Well,
So like, yeast is a fungi.
Yes.
It is a-
now there
yeast
are
is a
different types of fungi, but yeast is
It's a finite resource, if I remember correctly.
yeah. So
Like, we will eventually run
Yes.
out of it if we keep using it to the degree we have been.
yeah, if we keep using it commercially, we will run out of it.
How? It reproduces. There's not like mines.
But we're using it faster than it can reproduce. If that
and
makes
where
sense.
we use its reproductive capacities to make food.
Are we harvesting it and not growing it?
We're using it faster than we can reproduce it, and also when you activate like a dry yeast, you are using its reproductive capabilities to make something, so you're basically killing it out for
Yeah.
another purpose.
Yeah. It's like freaking silkworms.
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
is
and-
blowing my mind. I'm sorry for being so hard.
We might have over
Miru
1,500
and Howie both
species
need a
of
minute.
yeast right now, but that's about to dwindle because we used to have 2 times that.
Yeah,
1,500
basically,
species now. We used to have twice that years ago.
Yvonne, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What?
You pulled
Okay.
something up and went away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm picturing Meru just getting like lost in thought, and then the rest of us are just like, Meru, and Meru's.
I have
Like,
a genuine.
players
I
are
actually have a.
doing Meru's-
I actually have a genuine question for both Miru and Howie. Which is blowing Miru's mind more? This information about yeast that they didn't know, or the fact that Jason knew about this and they didn't?
I mean, Jason cooks.
This is the type of thing Jason would know.
I think it's the actual information, not the fact that Jason knew it, just the actual info.
It's like,
Because
you're not,
Jason is
Jason
dumb.
pulls a pair of
you're not
spectacles out of his
stupid,
pocket,
Jason.
puts them.
You're just
Yes,
smart in a different way.
Jason didn't know the word for
Intelligence of -1, my dude.
Just smart in a
That
different
means
way.
you're not book smart, dummy.
Anyway.
See, that's the thing. Baking, I think, would be intelligence check, but if you're cooking, it's like wisdom.
I cook and I bake like as a person, so like this is why I know so much about yeast, and it's sad.
Charisma
Deanna
based.
wouldn't know this. I'm just explaining for Howie's sake.
Charisma based cooking. Let's go.
Jamey's just like, "Listen,
I'm
no."
making some of the worst food you will ever taste, but I will make it very confidently.
Anyway.
AKA every college dorm ever.
Right. To be clear, it is exclusively thickening agents that we're looking to find the problem with the supply chain.
Oh no. It I was trying to pull out an example that I thought you would see the gravity of. I guess I failed.
Is it everything in general that's coming up from this area?
Not everything. There are a couple of not crops because they're gathered, but more things that are a bit more delicate. Things that are easy to kill. Easier to kill.
Things that can't grow non-locally with our current technology.
Yes.
Okay.
So prices have been skyrocketing for a lot of things. If you try to get a loaf of bread that isn't flatbread, it's a mess. It's gone up like 150%. And a lot of businesses
the
are suffering
economy.
because of it.
And I guess the question to ask ourselves is who would benefit from such a severe supply shortage?
Someone who can claim
I feel
that they
like
can fix
Jason
it.
would know this information. Can I roll for it?
It could be a
certainly
product to
try.
something else.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Mary's brain and like goes straight to like the answer is obviously anybody who's already hoarded the materials.
Well,
yeah, and
like,
anyone who claims that they can fix the shortage, or anyone who has products for cheaper prices, or they're able to basically gather all of it and be the sole controller over it. There are a bunch of possibilities.
You could also
Right.
You could also
But I'm
sorry,
fishing for specific names that the DM might be able to provide within this world that might help us continue on our quest.
Oh, I wasn't telling Jason not to roll. Jason can roll for this. I was just kind of explaining Sienna's point of view from why
Like-
it would be beneficial.
also like Howie brain goes towards like anybody who can use this shortage to point the finger at somebody they want to take down.
Yeah.
Right. That kind
So
of
what does Jason know? What did Jason roll here?
What am I rolling, DM?
That is let me look at your character sheet.
Something not charisma.
I want to give you a chance. I don't want to give you an intelligence roll, but I feel like there might be no way around this.
I don't think we could argue animal handling. Definitely not athletics.
Definitely not.
I feel like you could argue intelligence with proficiency.
Because of food?
Yeah.
Well, because of farm-based
Farm
food
handling.
supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farming would give him an advantage of some sort.
All right, so
if you're good at like nature or things like that, that could be a good check.
Oh, not for him.
I'm trying.
I thought about it.
Things.
I thought about proficiency in nature, but I decided animal handling was more accurate. So
all right, I'm sorry. Intelligence with advantage.
With advantage, okay.
No. I don't
Which
remember.
one of you little fuckers want to betray me today?
I don't remember where I heard this, but I remember hearing that wizards were poisoning the land, and like it having to do with a king running experiments.
What?
No, that was Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power. No, sorry. DM, it was a let's see. First roll was a 4
That was literally
minus
in my
1.
notes. Just saying. I'm not joking.
I was teasing. Sorry. Anyway, first roll was 4 minus 1. Second roll 19 minus 1, so 18.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Nice.
good ass roll.
You
Thank
heard
you,
about
Matthew Mercer Dice.
you heard about this company that's actually been starting to edge out your local bakery. with imported goods from the East. You think it was something called, something to do with sun.
I can't read.
Sun. Yeah, no, you heard this from people.
Well, I was gonna say, if I can't remember the name of it, it's because I saw their sign, but I can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Saw the branding. It had us.
Like the kind of thing you'd hear people complaining about in line for the pastry shop.
Fair.
But it had to do with sun something. You know, it was a company called Sun something, and it's to the east, and it's from another country, and they've been importing it en masse.
Okay, I relay this to the group. It
Something. Got it.
big opposition to the bakery I took y'all to in at home, but it was sun something. I got from the east. I had never been there. Country to the east being absolute bitches about it, trying to edge out our local bakery.
Would I be able to tell what country to the east this is, and or maybe what this?
I feel like I know Zayana's proficient in history. She would probably be keyed in as to what's going on with all that, right?
Yeah, Meru's also proficient in history.
I'm actually checking to see if this would be a history roll. It's more of a current events roll.
Yeah,
But I guess history is the closest one.
I feel like history applies to current events.
All right.
But that's
So
not.
both of you do history rolls. I am going to be doing a roll for Alicia herself.
Okay.
Ooh. Yikes.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Ooh.
That
That is a 24.
Alicia's sitting, like, really trying to think hard about what country this could be. There's, to the east, there is not a couple of islands like you're used to around your area, but it's more of a big continental landmass with lots of different settlements and kingdoms and sometimes theocracies. It's kind of congested. But from what you two can think, this is probably the country that is closest to the coast from y'all. So, like, on the west coast of this eastern continent. And it's called Arabia.
Your
NOR.
mic is-
Called what?
What?
Your mic
No,
is
raid.
doing its thing. I couldn't quite catch what the name of the
Yeah.
country was.
My mic is what?
Your mic has
I
been
couldn't
glitching
catch
in and
what you're
out.
saying.
Oh, that's weird. Let me refresh my
It seems like a bitrate issue, a quality thing.
hello? Is that any better?
We'll only
Yes,
know
no?
with
Better for a
time.
little
Well,
bit.
Say again?
we'll only know when it glitches out or not. So just keep talking.
All
What
right.
was the name of the place?
Norady. Noradie.
Noradie.
Yeah. That's where your knowledge ends, Meru. As for Zayana, you know that a couple of businesses, ever since trade has like really started going for Brawleran, ever since trade has started becoming like a big business for Brawleran, Norady has been trying to like not edge them out, but become also a viable source of items. Because of this, there's been a lot of businesses that hail from Naradi that have been selling their own regional things, as well as sometimes things sourced from within their own continent. And
Sorry, as well as sometimes what?
sometimes things sourced from within their own continent. And because of that, a lot of local foods have started to become edged out by foreign alternatives. This hasn't applied as much to like craft items, like the way that tables, chairs, jewelry, makeup, etc. are made, because people like holding on to their current aesthetics, but they're finding their edge in food.
Okay. Yeah, the sound thing is still happening.
But you spoke slow enough that we were able to easily catch what you were saying.
Yeah, maybe over break I have a potential solution that might fix it, but we'll worry about it over break.
All right. So,
All right.
Norady, Western country, Eastern continent, or West Coast country, Eastern continent.
Nearby enough to be putting a bit of the squeeze on the markers on account of its exports, if I understand correctly, right?
Yes.
All right. Basically, big nation noble stuff that we don't really mess with.
Yeah.
Well, given our positions, we've probably heard some stuff.
Here and there.
Yeah,
But
it's not something
probably
we're worried
mostly you, Teldian.
If we end up buying agave instead of cane sugar, it's, whatever.
To be honest, you're more likely to get cane sugar from overseas and agave where you are.
You get what I mean, though, right? It's
Yes.
kind of a...
I'm
We'll
partial
notice-
to dragon fruit myself.
We're probably more likely to notice the items that are shipped in, as opposed to the overall market problems.
Is any of this information conveyed?
Ziana would absolutely convey it.
I imagine that this is mostly Meru and Ziana talking back and forth. Ziana with more information than Meru, but
But I would definitely close it out with, it seems like we might have a bit of a lead. It's not, money's a powerful thing, and trade can, if someone puts their thumb on the scale, it can lead to some pretty disastrous results.
It's a possibility, says Alicia.
It's trade. It just happens.
Alicia pauses as she hears that. It just happens?
People do it. Like,
Yes. What do you mean by it just happens?
Oh, no.
Because I've spent, the good part of 30 years of my life.
No. I don't mean to say that it happens without
There's just a lot more nuance to trade than it just happening. I understand. We live in a country, a world a society where you are surrounded by trade almost all the time. So it seems almost happenstance, but a lot goes into it. A lot.
I believe that. I believe that. But realistically, trade is just a middleman cutting short the amount of distance that somebody is willing to travel to go to get something.
There's a lot more to it than that.
I'm
feel
sure.
like-
I'm sure. I don't mean to belittle your profession. I scribble for a living.
Belittle it, but I'm doing it anyways.
I scribble for a living.
What is your job title?
The Grand Scribbler.
I'm
What
sorry.
is your job title?
I'm sorry. I do feel like that might actually be.
Oh, come on.
No. I'm trying to remember real quick.
No, I was laughing because of Jason.
There we go. Just I'm the personal scribe to Count Wytham.
Ah. So
Count Whiteham.
Wytham.
wife. So, for a living, you document the words of nobles as well as local happenings, any important details that might be happening in their circle of the noble court, and have that information be more readily accessible to people around the country as well as for posterity. Royal Scribbler?
Yes, basically. I wouldn't quite say royal.
It's all the same to me.
Mostly, like, honestly, since people since a lot of people can write, most of my job involves more careerness, being a courier than being a scribbler. But yeah,
As much as you'd like to think so, not a lot of people can write here.
I feel like Jason's the exception.
Jason, to be honest, is like most of the people who live here. Believe it or not, you're kind of privileged.
I will take that as a note. Surrounded by hillbillies. Sorry. That was a Howie aside.
No matter, our local resources are dwindling. And this could be the work of something foreign, or it could be a step from something local.
Sorry, you cut out almost completely there.
Ah, crimity's sake. Now I have to try and remember what I said.
It might be something. I think you said it might be something.
More local than foreign, I think is what you said.
I said it could be something deliberate from something foreign, or a misstep from something local.
Okay.
But which one is more likely? For someone to come travel across the sea and mess with a swamp?
Well, we're just here to figure out what's going on. We're not even here to fix it.
I think, from at least what I know, your best bet is to go to the Heather Marsh and look for yourself. However, I will let you look at my ledgers. I don't know what you'll find, because everything seems on the up and up.
I imagine it most likely will. I'm mostly thinking to look for discrepancies between here and there. if there's an interruption to the transport, and there's not actually a supply deficit, then that'll be at least something, right?
Who just got shot?
That's what I was wondering.
Might have been a firework. I don't know.
Lord of mercy.
Maybe, we don't know yet. Keep you
Nobody's
posted
bleeding,
on
right?
Tim?
I mean, nobody here. I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't followed by a
You're
shout.
not bleeding is the important question here.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Gunshots are typically a lot lower than that. A lot
Yeah.
cheaper than that.
It's not more like a firecracker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounded like a firecracker that could blow someone's finger off. Anyhow,
It also sounded
Or
like
the
somebody
doink.
dropped their cell phone on the floor.
Maybe a little loud for that, but
On a tile floor. I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me. Anyway.
so Alicia says, "Well, I guess I'll. What part of the ledgers do you want? I grabbed
Just-
everything by quarter of the year.
Well, how long has the shortage been going on?
About a quarter.
All right.
All right.
Just if I can just most especially see the ledgers relating to I would like to get a before and after shot.
She's already gone.
I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, she walked away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got my screen on my camera here, so
All right. Oh yeah, I forgot that this transports with me. Ugh. Okay. So, ignoring
Narrate what she's
that,
doing.
she goes into her back behind the counter area. Goes to the shelf and picks up. Oh no! I almost picked up the bookshelf. She picked up
She just carries the entire fucking bookshelf
the
out.
entire checking bookshelf. Let's just go with this book. She carries the book and goes back to. Let me actually get back there. She goes back to take it to Meru. Why isn't it following me now? And also, where did Meru go?
I'm trying to go into the trading post.
Oh,
The sign.
the sign.
Okay.
Do I have to?
She did come back, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course she did. Okay, I'm leaving.
No, okay.
Okay, I'm going back.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. Well, realistically speaking, we don't check big ledgers outside. Usually.
Okay. Let's go inside the house then.
Okay.
I can remember.
That I can do.
And I'm saying, everybody come. So I can justify all this being in one place.
I mean, this is an examination I'm going to expect to take a couple hours, ideally.
Oh, yes. A couple of hours. Oh, boy.
There's-
So. Oh, oops, that ended up on the floor. Oh,
She
there's
just
two of
yeets the
them.
thing on the floor.
Alicia? Hi, Alicia.
Alicia, I didn't know you had a twin.
I don't.
Imposter! Kill the mimic!
Roll for initiative.
Either that or I'm a ghost, and I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Schrodinger's
Nah,
Alicia.
ghosts ain't real.
Well. If I could put down the book on the table, that'd be. Whatever, I give up. So, here is the book on the floor. It's fine.
sit on the couch examining the book.
Well, you
For
do
a good
that.
long- At least an hour, ideally. Like, this is...
I'm going to need you to make. We don't have study rules. This is not. I guess it would be investigation.
Your volume is pretty
Investigation is what she said.
strong. Investigation? Okay.
I want you to make 2 rolls,
Okay.
not advantage or disadvantage, just 2 rolls of investigation.
All right.
And while that's happening, Teldian.
Teldian is AFK at the moment.
Oh no. This is what
He went to go
happens
make
when
sure
I-
nobody got shot.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, I think he ran to the bathroom.
Do we want to take an early break for a second so we can get your audio sorted?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Cool. Good idea.
So,
Teldian's back.
Okay.
well, we were about to take a quick break so Yvonne can get her audio sorted.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll be back. This will not be our like long
Official break.
official break. Let's just get sound working. Okay, bye. Hello, everybody, and we're back, and hopefully my audio is a lot better than it was before.
So far.
So far.
Knock on
So.
all wood.
So, Meru has sat down to study this ledger.
Yes, and you
For
only
the
make
next
2.
arrow or so, I'm going to want 2 rolls of intelligence investigation from you. But as that is happening, and by the way, anyone can help if they want, except for Jason, which I will consider a demerit. Anyhow.
Ziana will help.
Not me debating about it.
Like, I want to say I'm basically looking in this for hints and trying to commit to memory as much as is reasonable for the purposes of comparison further down. So.
Okay. So, as this is happening over the hour, Hellion,
Yeah.
perception roll, please.
Perception.
Charisma based.
Charisma-based perception.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
How does that work?
Huh?
How does that work? Because perception is a wisdom-based skill.
That's true. I know that it's a wisdom based skill.
Do you want him to roll a perception with some sort of charisma check?
I mean,
in
it's
theory,
okay for her to make it go like that.
in theory, it's just his what she's asking for is his charisma plus proficiency if he's proficient in perception. But I'm actually more curious what the reasoning for that is. Just because that's an interesting request.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Don't worry about it.
We'll figure it out when we get our explanation.
Okay.
In the roll.
That's fine. So, hang on. I need to emphasize. Is Ziana helping as in giving me advantage on the rolls?
Yes. But I would hopefully assume that she's also physically helping, like looking at it with you.
I would absolutely be pouring through it as well, alongside Meru.
And probably discussing back and forth. Well, thank you, Ziana, because my first pair of rolls was a 6 and a 1.
Oh.
With a +3 modifier, so 9 total.
Fun.
And the second, with advantage, is a 21.
Ah. Well, what do you know? So, Teldian.
Yeah, so I rolled a 6.
Your daughter has been being noticeably distant from you, like this entire time. You could tell every so often that she's like looked at you, but oftentimes she's just walking away, trying to be anywhere but where you are. It feels awkward. You're not exactly sure why, but it feels...
I mean, I think I've got a pretty good idea of why.
But as Meru is studying, she's tidying up, making sure that like everything is as okay as it can be. But other than that, how do I put down this boiling pot?
That's the fun thing.
Just let's let Jason handle it.
I put down the bread loaf on the floor.
Yeah, last time I did ask her if she wanted to show me around, like what she had been doing.
When was that?
I
Last
asked
session.
on the last session, but we never had gotten around to that.
I guess that moment has passed.
What does that mean?
As in, it won't come to mind unless it was brought again to mind.
Okay. So Alicia, while Miru is looking that over, do you want to show me around what you've been doing?
One moment. Oh, you actually want to see around?
I told you, yeah.
Mm.
That was her reaction last time too.
Well, fine, I'll show you around if you really want, I guess. I'm guessing you're not talking about the house or why things are the way they are or anything, because I feel like you would have asked that some time ago.
Whatever your proudest of here.
I'm proudest of my business, of course. It took a long time to get it as well off as it is.
It looks very successful from what I can see so far.
Thank you. I'm actually surprised that you didn't come down with Lord Worthington. You know, he visits every year.
Yeah, I just always,
Had something better to do.
Better wasn't the word I was looking for, but
Oh, but it was probably the word you meant.
maybe.
Uh-huh. Well. Yes, this is the house. It was actually a lot smaller, just the size of this living room, but we were able to expand the way to where it is now. But most of the money that we've gained I put into the business, which is why that building is so much nicer than here, in case you were wondering.
Wait, this place has been expanded on? I thought it was like hella cozy.
Well,
Is Miru saying that from the couch?
No.
I was going to ask that, actually.
Huh?
I was actually gonna...
The conversation buries himself further into the book.
Miru would not use the word hella.
He is
You
not
sure? Because that
kind
sounds
of
right up
person.
his aisle.
Oh, really?
In the same way that Jason says, my dude.
Oh, yeah. But yes, that's our house.
It's nice.
I'm glad you like it. And you've already seen the trading post. Usually we're open 6 days a week. Most of the merchants and traders looking to make connections throughout the rest of the continent meet there. They, like some people who want to sell something, they'll come there and they'll pitch their products, so to speak, to merchants that work up north, such as Lord Worthington, or other merchants that specialize in the items from down south may use this hub as a way to get their items up.
Can I just clarify? Is this specific trading outpost, is this a continental hub?
Not as continental as you might think. Not like Laurel or anything. We're not the capital. But it pretty much connects the south to everywhere else.
Right, okay. That's what I figured.
I was assuming you were asking that in character.
No, I'm sorry. Well,
Oh.
he very well may have, but this is kind of a... If he could be so distracted from his book.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah.
So yes,
How often do you get business then?
Oh, almost every day.
Oh wow.
There are of course the slower times, especially in the winter. But for the most part, it's very busy around here. So, how have things been in the capital?
a lot of places have been doing pretty good. I know some of the places have been struggling a little bit with some of the missing ingredients, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Mm.
What was his name? Out of character. What was his name?
Whose name?
I'm going to guess the drunkard gambler of a child.
Yeah.
Bellic.
Bellic's only gotten worse, I'm afraid.
Of course he has. Yeah, I heard from Lord Worthington that his hopes for young Bellic are not the greatest.
Sometimes when I see how he is, I kind of wonder if you really did make the right choice by moving out here.
She pauses for a quick moment, and you can kind of see the annoyance.
Out of character, that was supposed to be annoying.
Mary stops reading because this one does juicy gossip.
This is more of like an anime kind of
Cringes.
effect, not actually. This is more of an anime kind of effect.
Diana
So you-
visibly cringes at that conversation.
So you only
Ayana will
approve of
be in
me-
her books and just be like,
So you only approve of me being here, so I'm not Bellic.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, what did you mean, Father?
Okay, so coming down here, I do see that you've done really well for yourself, even given the situation.
Given the situation.
You know, given how isolated this is.
Ah,
But like, you know, before seeing that, I'm just saying that's kind of, you know, what I was thinking.
oh, so you didn't want to come down here because I live in the boonies.
Well, it is a ways away from a lot of business that, you know,
Yes.
is important.
That's actually why this was such a good location. There is such a gap between the merchants and the artisans of the South and the rest of the continent. And I understand that over the past 20 years, people have been trying to bridge everything together so we're not as fragmented, but I saw an opportunity and I took it.
If you don't mind my asking, does this location function as something more of a way stop?
Yes,
What-
somewhat. Way stop for items more than people.
All right. I see. So,
Is there something I'm missing?
this is Howie blanking.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So Alicia's ignoring you until you figure out what you're saying.
It looks like you've done a great job with it.
yeah, so just trying to understand and noting that I am looking through the ledger, so I would have an idea as to how this works.
Mhm.
Where is the income for this location? Is it in buying from people coming up from the south and selling it to people going north?
Mostly. There are some items that come from the north to the south that also need to be purchased and distributed. However, most of the payment for transportation, the payment for actual items, etc., come from items coming from the south moving to the north.
Okay. Is there like some sort of government funding of this for this place to be like a
Government funding.
well, like considering it's also practically like one of those rest stops on the highway where you can stop and get some some soda or something?
This isn't normal for common folk to visit.
Right. No,
This is-
but like for traders, right?
for traders. But this is more of where they'll find their newest exotic good.
Mm.
Not exactly a bed and breakfast.
Right.
So anyway.
Not me thinking too deep.
So anyway, and she kind of just turns her back to you. What have you been doing in Orel for the past 10 years?
It hasn't been that long.
It has been that long.
Wow. You should visit more often.
I'm sorry that I should visit more. Yes, I'm working 6 days a week, running a whole trading post, almost by myself. No offense, Arvis. Almost by myself. But no, I should come and visit more often. You didn't
She
even
says
ask
to the doddering old man.
the doddering old man who's still out here being a full-time, like, fighting butler for a man who has more than enough protection around him.
Is this not basically just an old guy that does a lot of yoga and is also a butler?
He's not a butler. I'm treating this like this is in character, but it's not. He's not a butler. That's kind of what makes her so upset. He's not like required to be at his beck and call every day of the week, every hour of the day. He honestly has more time on his hands than one would believe.
So, I mean, he's still like, working every day, right? Like he's not like chilling at home, playing video games or whatever every day.
No. He's not chilling at home playing video games. He's chilling at home reading the newspaper and working puzzles and doing the crossword.
Doing the crossword.
Once a week he goes down to the horse races.
Oh no.
Oh no. This just keeps getting worse.
None of this is canon.
Keeps getting more and more.
None of this is canon.
I should hope
But I don't even remember where, like, in canon started and ended. So, how have things been over the past 10 years? Anything new? Met anyone? Have any friends?
Well, we've been forming a new team.
A new team.
Yeah. Of how do you word it? Adventures, I guess.
So more work.
Yes. It's always more work.
Indeed, there's always more work. She kind of goes quiet and then walks away.
More mission, man. More mission.
I almost have.
With that, what were your rolls again, Howie?
First a 9 and then a 21.
All right. Whoa, sorry. Ooh, sorry. Ooh. So, as you're looking through this ledger, none of the names, like, of the most common customers look very familiar to you. Though, considering this does cover 2 quarters, you can see, like, what people regularly trade in, what they regularly would bring, and if they decide to purchase things from the north to trade down south, what they would normally purchase. None of the names look familiar to you. But you do notice one weird change over the past 3 months, maybe a little bit more. But there are a couple of merchants that used to trade almost exclusively in food goods, edible items, organic things. But then they started buying a lot more, let's say, technological things. More things that are like metal or technologically based. You actually even see some black powder on there for one of the merchants. And this is things that they are acquiring, not trading out. That seemed to have started as a small thing here and there back in the end of winter, about a month and a half ago, but has only increased since then.
I will, noticing that, I'll whisper to Meru, black powder, that's not a good sign. Like, why would they be doing these things with cooking supplies but now black powder, something bigger's going on here.
Black powder, I mean, I've only seen that used as a spell component.
Out of character,
Mm-hmm.
as far as technologically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
that's something Sayana would know, or the general knowledge of how far the technology is in terms of black powder and like firearms and stuff like that.
You do know, classically, it's used as a spell component, but for recent technological advances, oh gosh, there's not really like what do artificers roll?
Intelligence mostly, I think. But DM, I have a question.
Yes.
In his various time baking between utilizing these various ingredients and stuff like that, and what he's now learned is a spellcasting mother he has.
Mm-hmm.
Would there perhaps have been an incident where he mistook black powder for pepper and added it to the wrong concoction in order to... I'm going somewhere with this. Because
Yes, I
Jamey
get it.
thinks he... Can I make a roll to see if this is a thing that kind of happens? And thus Jason might know something?
That's one way to get a rise out of your dough.
This bread is it's explosive.
Talk about Pop-Tarts.
Like, I will say that I don't think druids can cast fireball.
You don't know my mom.
No, but she got that boom boom pow.
Oh my god.
So
Roll whatever you use for cooking, because I don't remember, and then roll history right after that.
okay, for what we've been doing for my cooking, because I have proficiency in cook's utensils, we've just been making it like I think a dex roll and then proficiency. I think. So I'm gonna do that for the for that.
Have your proficiency, because this
Half
was a
of my
younger
proficiency.
You. Yes.
Fair enough. So just a +1 instead of a +2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that matters much to a natural 20 though.
Aha. So,
That's for the cooking roll. You wanted a history roll too,
yes.
which is a -1. 19.
Huh. You remember this one incident. And it's so strange because this wasn't really ever important to you. But there was this one incident when you were like 13 or so, and you decided, oh, I'm going to make dinner for the entire family. So you were raiding everything in the house, trying to come up with all of the different things. And then you forgot, oh, spices. So you went to the cupboard, couldn't find what you were looking for, and then went to out back, and you picked up this thing. You thought it was black pepper, but then you smelt it. Too sulfury. Like, not even in the good edible kind of sulfury. It just smelt weird.
I'm glad.
So you
didn't
placed
put
it
bat
down.
guano in your pies.
Huh?
I'm glad you didn't put bat guano in your pies.
You don't know. What do you think I've been putting in our meals every night?
Ew.
Right.
It smelled weird, so you put it back. And later that day, your dad asked, why was somebody messing with the black powder? And you said, black powder, I thought that was like black pepper or something, but it smelled like it was off. And he said, well, thank goodness you didn't use it. We would have all blown sky high. And that's pretty much everything you remember. It was a weird memory to have, but it stuck with you.
Jason used to have one more sister.
Oh, no.
Her name was Jen. She's still mounted on the wall. So overhearing Miru and them talking about that, I'm just gonna make an offhanded comment along the lines of, well, I mean, it might be a good combination to make something blow up.
Do y'all hear this?
I mean, for once, Jason's not in the barn, so I'd hope.
And he is, at least according to One More Multiverse, like right next to your ear hole.
So, remind me, for the purposes of the notes, right? What is it about black powder that we found? And
A food trader has started purchasing a lot more black powder and other items that are like more metallic base. Definitely not edible stuff. And some of that has been black powder slowly increasing over the past 2.5 months.
Okay. Do I have a name for that person?
You do have a name. You don't recognize it, as I said before.
Okay. I'm thinking, is this somebody from the north or from the south?
You don't know. But the name is Oppen. Oppen. That's all you got. No first name, no last name differentiation, just that.
Okay. Well, at the very least, it's a name. We might have something to go on.
It is something to go on at the very least.
But we're looking for, like, supply disruptions, right? Not strange increases in purchasing activity.
Well, they could be tied.
For all we know, this can be used in fertilizer. I don't know at all.
I mean,
Hey Google, is black powder used in fertilizer? Enter.
I mean, black powder plus fertilizer plus metallic shards probably means a very nasty kaboom. Jason starts bleeding from the nose.
Maybe we're even like smugglers, or maybe they're trying to make sure that their operation isn't disrupted, and they're using black powder for other purposes. Like,
You know, if I didn't know better, I would think that Jason's trying to contribute to this with what the black powder is.
Whatever the purpose is, it's probably not a good one.
yeah,
I mean, see, that's the thing, right? Before explosions with weapons for black powder, it was mostly used for construction purposes and also fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no reason for us to
No.
assume it's bad, right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of reason to assume it's bad until we find out otherwise.
yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty, or guilty until proven innocent.
Oh,
It's just suspicious for the moment. It's just weird.
Suspicion, not proving them guilty or anything. Obviously, they're entitled to a fair trial and things like that if anything is found, but still something we need to keep an eye on considering how much black powder and non-perishable, non-edible goods.
I would
Mm.
ask
Okay.
Alicia if she knows anything about this Oppen character or has noticed these trends in their purchases.
Okay, so you're asking Alicia that right now, I guess.
Yeah.
As you say that, she leans over and looks at the ledger. Oh yeah, a pen. They're a company of traders, I guess I would say, that started down in the south about a year ago. They said that they were pretty much providing what would be most needed in the area. With the black powder, they said there'd been some weird, let's say, dangerous growths from the heather marsh, and they needed to quell them. At least that's what they said.
Company in South providing locals with supplies. And then so that might be what I would imagine the black powder is for, but with this metal material.
The metal. It's not a lot, is it? It seems mostly... You know, I don't even know. They're not a big... They're not a big group, so I haven't really paid too much attention to it. But
is this shaped metal or raw metal?
it's smelted metal, but not... It's not shaped.
Ingots?
Like mostly ingots.
Okay, so that was purchased for quelling what? Growths in the heather marsh?
Yeah, dangerous growths and plants, they said. It's only a group of like 4 merchants. That's like nothing around here.
who knows? It could there. Maybe it's something in the underground. You know, maybe that's just. I don't mean to sound conspiratorial, of course, but it seems like if you were to try to hide something, you present as like, oh, we're just a small group of humble merchants, but then you have something more nefarious going on, you know?
If they were doing this for the underground, wouldn't they also source their materials from the underground? Why would they go to someone who works with one of the most well-known merchants in the whole kingdom?
I'm also wondering how that might even tie in with this spying situation. You know, the bug.
Oh, you're right.
Worry.
Like, it doesn't seem like it would, unless any of you guys have any ideas.
Well, either way, I don't think there's much more to learn here. I think we should try to find these people and, you know, try to get to the bottom of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off to the
very
Heather
least-
Marsh.
Yeah, we have some names at the very least.
Well, at least you found something. I'm glad I could help in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And also thank you for putting us up for the night.
Of course. You know, you could come visit anytime you want.
Is there a meaningful look over at Teldian?
Yes. You could come visit anytime you want.
I'll
Just-
be sure to.
You sure?
Yes, I promise, Elise, yeah.
I guess we'll see about that.
It was nice seeing you again.
I think our resident therapist is over here dying inside.
Hearing all of this and just being like, oh boy.
Sienna emerges over to like Ziana's area. Damn.
Double damn.
All
And I
right,
guess next time I'll be more prepared and actually have cots or something. If
Well,
that
it was
will.
fine as is.
What we had was great. We
realistically,
really
well,
appreciate what you did.
It might be worth.
She's
us
doing an
investing in our own
insight check
bedrolls.
on you.
You're a wonderful hostess.
She's doing an insight check on Ollie.
What do you want us to roll? If you want us to contest it at all, or
Is it deception or is it?
I would say
I'll
persuasion. Like,
I'll
I'd
do
be-
persuasion.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
do
Mary-
persuasion, damn it.
Mary
Okay.
is not covering up deception on this one,
I have
but
a
he's also
+0.
being polite. You know, he's being more
Mhm.
polite than the situation probably warrants.
17.
I have expertise and I'm a bard. If I can't get this, no one can get this.
Yep. Sienna rolled a 17 persuasion. She's not really
Yeah.
trying to lie. She's just
Okay.
being very nice and courteous.
I got a
Well,
14.
DM, that is a natural 19 plus 7. Do with that as you
Nice.
will.
Cool. Teldian, did you roll already?
Yeah, I got a 20.
Ah,
of
Okay.
Persuasion.
she wants to be suspicious. She wants to be like, "Oh, you lying?" But
Teldian's
can't-
got like a tear running down.
All right. Well, let me set you up with some food for your journey there. It won't take too long, but you know, it's always good to have. What are you doing in my kitchen?
This is Jamey fucking up. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it. It won't let me. I pushed the button and it won't let me fix it.
Oh, I picked up the stool.
Instead of
Oh, I
crab,
picked up the water.
tip.
I just want to put the box back in the corner.
Back up a little bit. You're placing it. You're too close to it. You need a lot of space.
Screaming.
It just puts it back on the other side.
I think you
Fuck
picked
it.
up 2 boxes.
Fuck it, I'm just picking up the entire kitchen. It's mine now. All of it's mine now.
This is an event that's happening. I'm
it.
just.
Nothing
No.
going on. Nothing happened.
You know,
It's okay. Nothing happened.
this is,
Carry on.
this is fine. This is fine.
Internally screaming, what the hell?
This is fine. My whole kitchen is gone. But this is fine. I'm just gonna go.
You're internally screaming. Jason's externally screaming.
And with that,
It's like the scene in fucking Into the Spider-Verse where he can't get off the hand.
and with that, let's go on our 15-minute break, eh?
I'm so glad that none of that was on stream.
Wasn't it though?
Nah.
No, I had the screen off. Anyway, so break, right? We're ending the stream there. That we're gonna call it a night, and Jamie's gonna go hide under the bed.
Oh, it's
I was.
Oh,
I tell you what, I've been fighting for my life in that kitchen for the last hour of your fucking soliloquy. I just tried to help.
So let's go on our break, and we'll see if our psyches are okay enough to continue once we get back. So we'll see y'all in 15 minutes, okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
find the button. There it is.
All right.
Sweet.
We're back and we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream after our break. You know, why do y'all center there? Anyhow.
Where you put the default spawn.
Yeah, but default spawn is to the map, not necessarily to that location on the map.
Anyway.
Ignore my crappy road. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
I mean, yes.
Let's slide, no escape from reality.
And we're demonetized.
So, you leave. You take, the short travel time, but still like a half a day or a day's worth of travel. I think it was half a day. I don't remember things.
Half a day.
Thank you. To get to the location, I'm going to do a couple of rolls for environmental circumstances. Oh.
That sounds lovely.
All right, I'm getting my initiative ready.
Cool. So.
It is snowing in this here swamp.
Oh
It is
no.
snowy, dangerous, and you take, a bunch of damage from the hail that's now falling.
It's also hella
And then
windy,
the
so we're just
dragon
staring
that
at-
comes and lands on our heads.
So, you've spent a good amount of time at Aletia's place. You started off later than you expected. And you didn't expect it to be this stinking windy. In the earliest of spring. How does that happen? It is very, very windy. And so you and your cart and your horse are struggling against the wind that seems to be blowing directly against you at 40 miles an hour? Can I ask everyone to roll why did I almost said cognition?
Cognosa.
Everybody roll constitution for me, please.
No.
And I'll roll for the horse. Unless you want to do that, Jason.
I'll roll for the horse.
Okay.
For the horse!
Oh,
Do I add any animal handling, anything?
Yes.
16 for the horse.
Okay.
Cut for animal handling for the horse. And then, is this a saving throw or a check?
Saving throw.
Oh, oops.
Thank God.
25. No, 22.
Nice. Everyone else?
10.
14.
The smooth 8.
Oh, dear.
7.
Oh,
With
no.
a +4 to my 4. Smooth 8.
What's wrong with
This
you
is gonna
guys?
be
It's
fun.
fine here.
Vienna is small.
Fun fact, Jason is just casually not even holding onto his hat.
It's just sitting there. Just like a... Yeah. So while the horse is like kind of struggling, but okay, and Jason is just like, it's kind of windy out here, maybe. The rest of y'all are getting blown about every which way, which is especially bad for our small angry burb Sienna, who actually gets blown back a little bit. Same with Meru. It adds about another hour to your trip.
It's the wings, I tell you, man. We just catch so much more wind.
Just so much.
I
more.
know.
But As you are walking, you end up noticing before you get to it a weird sort of, I guess, change in the climate. Though I guess climate wouldn't be the correct word because it's mostly the same, a little more muggy than was at Alicia's, just a little bit. But the air feels heavier. It feels like it's filled with maybe pollen, but also something that feels a little more irritating than just normal pollen. Anyone proficient in nature?
Negative.
I am not.
Double checking.
Nope.
Nope. No druids or rangers here.
No druids or rangers here.
Sorry, what was the question?
Anyone here proficient in nature?
Yep.
The air
Survival.
feels heavier here. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it does feel like there is something unusual floating on the wind, weighing it down. As you pull into what seems like the beginnings of a town on the edge of the Heather Marsh. If this will let me teleport, it would be great if it would let me teleport. This
Well, we
hates
have
me.
A portal. We'll go there.
Yes, I'm trying to go there.
T.
Travel with party. There it is.
Very nice.
This is for illustrative purposes. So, it artistic, not
Very.
made.
There are sound effects.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
I love that.
I have it muted, so it's fine.
Okay,
This looks pretty sick.
thanks. Once again, illustrative purposes, this is not exactly how it looks, but
Right.
Right.
So how does it look?
you get there and it does feel like the air is heavier. It's more moist. And it also feels like there is more plant matter, pollen, spores floating on the wind. With that, you do see a lot more plant life. Some of it moss trailing across the ground. Whoa, did y'all just see that expand over the anyhow?
Nope.
You anyhow, you see more plant life trail across the ground. A lot of it more mossy than grassy. But the undergrowth is thick, almost like carpet. The places that you can see beyond that are either worn down from foot traffic or very, very mushy. There are a couple of buildings gathered almost in like a half circle, a U, seeming like they knowingly get grouped together as if trying to huddle from a storm. All the houses are not very stable or very permanent. They seem to be made of wood that was more gathered than purposefully cut down. But for what you can see, it is nice, well made, and made to suit the environment. But it is a bit unlike any of y'all have experienced. Since it is evening time. You get to the area just as the sun is going down past the horizon line. Not many people are out. You see a couple of people pass here and there, but most are bunkering into their houses. I would turn on the night mode, but I can't remember how to do that, so imagine.
All right. There
Thank
it
you.
is. Hey.
Ooh, even cooler.
So if y'all want to look around, find an inn, decide to camp outside, these are all options you can
Oh,
Do we
camping
have
outside
contact
sounds great.
do. Y'all broke, fi broke?
Yeah, we
Discuss amongst yourselves, please.
We don't have in money. Wow, everything got darker.
That's
darker.
too dark.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, what the hell?
I am doing bad things apparently.
Yeah, the floaties in
I
the
don't
air
even know
disappeared
how
as well.
you're doing this.
What are you doing, Tim?
So first of all, I changed the effects to night sky,
Oh,
and
cool.
then I changed the time of day to nighttime.
Okay, I think it's probably one or the other.
Yeah, so then I undid the night sky effect.
Oh.
I think the night sky effect suits better
Yeah.
because it has those
Okay.
air floaties, makes it really feel like the air
Yeah,
is
the
thick.
heavy air.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice what the effect was before I switched it to night sky,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
Oh,
But,
Lord.
yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ziana would definitely prefer an inn. This place is. I do not feel comfortable out here.
Really?
It'll be fine.
Look, none of this is giving you a weird vibe, Jason?
Not weirder than camping in the woods out back my house.
I mean, at least with. I don't know, this is just a bit more exotic than I.
Well, if we can't find an inn, might as well find a good place to bunker up for the night and stay as secure as possible.
Yeah.
Take
Did
watches.
Did we have a contact in the area?
No.
We should have thought of this.
How would we have thought of it?
Um,
Jason says in his signature Southern accent.
when you do a lot of traveling,
Well, then again, our masters didn't really think of it either.
mhm,
So
Find a
as
secure spot to camp.
is there
Off
a
to-
barn somewhere?
a barn?
Yeah, might be able
No.
to sleep in the hayloft.
No. No
No
barn.
barn.
I would like to
may I
roll
roll-
survival to find the best place for us to
That's
bunker down.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask. If I could roll a survival check to find a good
Do
place
both
to.
of you want to roll, or does one want to support the other?
I have a +2. I assume yours is higher.
+5.
Wow. Jesus.
I'm assuming
give her
you're helping
advantage.
me.
Yeah.
Yep. Ah, there goes Die. Come back. Okay. First roll. Smooth 14 total. Second roll. That is much better. That is a dirty 20.
All right. Well,
These dice do not like me today because I haven't used them in a while.
upon searching, you do find a quiet area. It is a bit outside of the town settlement, but it's quiet. There are sources of water that don't look too murky. And you think that you could bunker down here for the night, and if anything too weird came up, you could just run into town and be fine.
Cool. I set up camp and start a
We have our.
Start a
I believe
nice
we have our
little area.
usual list of things that we all do.
Yep.
I don't think Meru has a hacking bedroll.
Otoko, no, you don't have a bedroll.
Miru gets to
He
sleep in a
has
tree.
Places arranged for his sleep and for his boarding.
We've camped outside before, though.
No, we haven't.
Yeah,
Yes, we
Yeah, we
have
have.
several times. Our first trip to the temple.
Yeah, that's
trip
right,
to
I
the
remember
temple.
that,
Yeah.
Fine. Meru has a bedroll. I'm sure I just haven't written it down.
One would have been provided probably by our employers
Oh,
anyways.
probably not. It's just knowing.
Yeah.
They probably would have just given you money to actually go into a thing. I don't think they would have actually, been
Money to
thoughtful
either
enough.
get a bedroll or we would have asked for it at one point, most likely.
Don't mind my adjustments. They're happening in real time, but that's fine.
Spooky tent moving around.
Oh, what's happening? Whoa!
The environment's shifting around us. We need to go.
Let's just say this is your camp.
Hey, look,
Okay.
ominous tents.
Ominous tents. And also, I'm going to remove this pond because it's just so much pond.
All right. So, who's taking first watch?
Oh.
I think I
Meru's
normally
not
take
planning on
last.
sleeping anytime soon.
I think I normally take last.
Mm.
Didn't really
get up
have
early.
a
Make,
norm.
I think I usually wake up early and start making breakfast for everybody. Is what I
Okay, so
normally do. I
Jason's
think.
taking last.
I mean, after
Meru
4
will go
hours, I'm good to go, so...
I'll take whatever's needed.
Mm.
Sienna will do first. And then... Diana could probably take second, considering she
Oh.
only needs 4 hours.
All right.
I can take
And
third.
then Teldian, yep, third, and then Meru can do whichever of the shifts with anyone.
Yeah, Meru will go with whoever's like he'll go with Jason purely
Okay.
for 2 reasons. 1, Jason doesn't have dark vision. 2, Meru would prefer uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, great. So yeah, there's our groups.
All right. I need to write that down. Give me a moment.
Sienna, Ziana, Teldian, Jason, and Meru.
All right. First watch, Sienna.
Yeah.
Give me a roll. That is for perception, by the way.
At 20.
Well, excuse me.
Stop rolling those. You're making the rest of us look bad.
Somebody has to balance out Will Wheaton.
So, you roll. Well, you don't. You've rolled. Nothing seems to be. Oh, the little face masks. Anyhow, nothing seems to be out of sorts. You do hear some strange sounds you're not quite used to. A couple of rabbits every so often, but it seems relatively safe. Relatively.
Okay. Cool.
So it passes without incident.
Cool. I pass off to Ziana. Nothing out of sorts here.
Diana, please give me
Good to know.
roll.
Alrighty. Let's see. That is a. Oh god, that's a 9.
It's so dark and so murky. And it's mostly just the murky, honestly. Like, dark you can deal with. But it's so stinking murky. Like, why? Dear Jesus. Jesus doesn't exist in this universe. It doesn't seem like anything is close to y'all. Because you are pretty sure you would have seen it. But the sounds are really unsettling. Just a lot of things that sound like groans, and it's not something you're used to, and you would like to not experience it. But nothing happens. So at least there's that.
Yay!
Is fairly disturbed as she grabs Teldian for the next shift.
She will wake Teldian up, and I do not like it here, Teldian. There's all sorts of noises, and it's so foggy. My dark vision doesn't. I can't see anything, but it just sounds so awful out there.
It's alright, go ahead and rest. I'll keep watch.
Diana will do her best to try to go back into her meditation, but internally is freaking out.
Aww. Roll, please.
What is it normally in perception?
Yes.
$18.
You sit up, watching into the night. It is really murky. There seems to be like a strange fog settling as everything gets a little bit lighter. The sounds are really creepy. You hear groaning coming out of, you think, behind you. It could just be the ambient sounds of the marsh. But you could swear that the weird outpost behind you has something.
Has something? Like it's making some sort of noise, or?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to very silently and slowly sort of sneak over there. Kind of investigate it.
Investigation, please.
It's a 5.
The nature has grown so thick over this. It seems to just be covered in bushes and vines and all of these things. You can barely see if there is anything strange.
Okay. If
But
I just stay really still and just try to listen, do I hear anything still coming from it?
You hear the groaning. It doesn't seem to stop. It just groans like someone stepping on old wood or someone who really can't get some sleep.
But it's still like as a constant noise, or
It comes in waves. You listen.
Oh no.
Silence.
okay. Is there any like
Oh.
doorway to this, or is it too covered with nature to see any sort of doorway?
I will, from what you see, and I know I haven't done a good job of putting on all the nature, but imagine there is more nature.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm piling on more nature.
So what zombie horde with these necromancers out here did we encounter?
So
Could just be, like a cat just snoring really loudly for like.
you cats snore so loud.
Sarah snores so
Sarah.
loud. Not every cat, mostly Sarah.
I said sometimes.
You, Sarah.
Sarah's a chalker.
Yeah. Probably has sleep apnea. Anyhow. You were looking for like an entrance into this thing?
Yeah.
There seems to be an indent. You're not sure if it's an entrance or if it's just a carving of the wood.
Okay.
You're not even sure if this has an inside. It could just be a block.
Can I try pushing or pulling on the indent?
On the what?
That indent that you were talking about?
You can try to push into it with like a hand or a weapon or something.
With my hands.
Okay.
Hold on. Important thing. Are we considering this indent to be like, oh, this might be a panel to push, or is this more like a, oh, I can wiggle my fingers in there?
It seems like it's more of a doorway, like an arch, a frame or something. It's about as wide as a person is, but it is not, from what you can tell, a panel in front of something. It is a hole. Not sure how deep because of the plants.
Oh, okay. A bit where there is no structure, but like it's being like we can't see the lack of a structure behind the plants.
Yes.
I see. It's really nature done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away, Tim.
All right. I'm gonna try to push my way into it then, if I'm understanding that right. It's trying to squeeze through the nature if possible.
You can try.
I'm
I'm just trying to figure out what you would roll for that.
Maybe
For-
strength.
Strength. Yeah. Let's go with strength.
Can I do athletics with that, or just straight up strength?
You can do athletics.
Okay. As an 8.
You put your hand through. You're not touching anything. It just seems to go through brush and vine. You're not sensing anything.
Okay.
Until you feel
Until-
something lash at your leg.
Oh, I'm gonna jump back.
Amazing.
You just see vines.
Okay, I'm gonna try to touch the sides, and I'm going to cast light.
Cast light. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how that would work on this.
If it's a creature, the creature has to make a check against his spell save DC. If it's
like
an
a
item,
gazebo,
it just
for example.
happens.
If it's a gazebo.
If it's a mimic, if it's a mimic, it has to make a saving throw to resist it. If it's just an item, it just happens.
Well,
the item
are you
has
casting-
to be no larger than 10 feet in any dimension.
So it would be a single board of wood.
So you're casting light on a board of wood or the whole structure? Or one of the plants?
On like the side of the indentation. It's like side of the door, if that's what I'm understanding. If like there's too many plants in the way to do that, then it's on the plant that's covering the side.
Also, apparently it doesn't work on creatures. The dex save is trying to target something that a creature is carrying or wearing.
Ah, right. Well, I think I would. Well, if the
with whatever
structure was
sense, so
if the structure is a mimic, then the plants are what it's wearing.
you could argue anything for this. So let's just say
Exactly. So it's DM's ruling, as always.
Yeah.
You cast light on the side of this structure. You see nothing but vines. Though, if I can actually get it up, though, hanging from some of the vines, it does look like there's a bundle of grapes hanging from some of them.
Okay.
Some sort of like berry cluster, similar to grapes, a bit more red in color.
Tasting very, very bad.
I'm going to quickly grab one and then get back at a little bit of a distance.
Sleight of hand, please.
That's a 9.
You go to grab the berries. As you pull on it, it has a bit of a toughness that doesn't let you immediately pull it away. But just before it releases, you see and feel a vine try to wrap around your arm. You pull away just in time.
Okay. I'm going to get back a little bit. Am I seeing it move at all still from this distance?
You see it curl back into the brush that has overtaken the structure.
Fascinating. All right. I'm gonna head back.
Are you like I quit now?
Yeah, basically. I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping a very close eye on it for the rest of the shift. And if it makes any, like if it tries to reach out towards us at all, I'm going to wake everybody up instantly.
Okay.
Of course, I'm going to keep an eye on, around in general, but that's going to be a primary focus.
Okay.
And I'll be letting Miru know when he wakes up that this is a threat.
Got it. So, the rest of your watch passes without incident.
Cool.
At least we weren't murdered in our sleep.
yet.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are just lucky my rolls were crap.
Tim would have totally been murdered.
Maybe my blessing turned out to be more of a curse and a blessing for us in disguise.
Oh no!
So we don't die.
So, Meru and Jason.
I'm
The sun
sorry.
is-
The vines did what?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
they reached out at me. And yeah, there's clearly some sort of creature in there, so be careful. It doesn't seem to be hostile toward us, but there's something in there. It only reached out to me when I actually went in and tried to poke at it. I was just investigating to see, what was up with him. But as long as we're over here and it's over there, probably isn't an issue. Keep an eye on everything, but just be aware there's something living right there, and we don't know for sure that it's friendly.
We also don't know for sure it can't move.
Well, we know it can move to some extent.
You know what I mean.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just make some extra breakfast for it and put it out for it in a bowl.
Yeah, maybe it's friendly. Maybe it'll tell us some stories or something.
I'm
Little
keen on
shop of
setting it on
horrors.
fire.
What was it?
We learned nothing from Little Shop of Horrors.
We learned that suddenly Seymour. I don't know, man.
Don't feed the plants. It's literally a song.
As long as it's not blood, it'll be fine.
Look, if we set it on fire, it'll be even more fine.
Well, that depends. Is it innocent? I don't know.
Fire.
It's a plant.
Plants are typically innocent.
They're also very flammable.
Talion, just go. Talion,
Yeah,
Talion.
and typically people, can't stand being stabbed in the throat. We don't stab everybody in the throat just because that'll, take care of them.
That's because they're people. Plants aren't people.
We don't know that this plant isn't a
As
people.
long as you're not
Nothing
making
about
it
it.
angry too.
Have you even heard of a plant that's a people?
I haven't heard of a lot of things. I haven't been here before.
would
love
you
you
all
guys.
keep your voices down? You're gonna wake everyone else up.
Sorry.
Talion, go
Really
get the rest of
quiet.
your rest. Miru, just stay on the other side of the fire from the creepy shed with the vines on it, and
That's a
you'll be
good idea.
fine.
I'll make sure Doodle's keeping an eye on it, though.
So at this point,
Do I be an
Samantha's got
asshole
her-
and make a crack about putting Doodle in our breakfast stew?
Don't do
Nah,
it,
Jason
man.
wouldn't.
No!
Jason wouldn't.
Yeah,
Jason wouldn't. Jamie might. Jason wouldn't.
Jason would probably just scratch its head and get to.
Oh, absolutely. Jason makes sure to position himself between Miru and the place that Talion was talking about, so that if anything happens, it'll come after me first. And also that way Miru, if he's looking at me, would be watching my back.
All right.
Yeah, Meru's got his back to the fire so he can see things a little bit easier.
Perception rolls with advantage now that you know that there is something weird here.
Also, DM, apparently I'm on fire.
Oh, you should stop that. You should stop being on fire. It's very not good for your health.
I would say that it's probably or I would.
It was an
guess
animation.
that
Yeah,
we
I
don't-
figured.
that we don't have advantage, but rather it has disadvantage on stealth checks.
Interesting.
You want us to take advantage?
Or it's
Yes.
whatever the DM says.
Nat 20.
And Jason?
I would argue that I should have been at disadvantage because I would be mostly focusing on cooking rather than watching for stuff. So just
Oh,
a straight roll
really?
for me. Yep.
Straight roll then.
Also a natural 20 still.
What the hell?
Nah, I'm vetoing that. It's a 14 plus stuff.
What do you mean vetoing that?
I pushed it over. It's a 14 plus stuff. It's a 16 total.
All right.
I deny you the natural 20.
Okay, I guess. The sun starts to rise. This day is starting to just slowly set in. Meru, your eyes are like fixed on this weird structure.
Oh no, I'm facing the other way.
Oh, I thought your back was to the fire the other way. All right.
No.
Doodle is looking at it, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Ha!
Oh wow.
I didn't put that, everyone. That was not me.
Tim giving us all heart attacks.
Tim, you need to leave those things for the DM to do.
Okay.
Except you set yourself on fire. Well, it's yourself on fire, so whatever. Anyhow.
It was the closest thing they had to a cooking animation.
Oh. Ah, it's so bright!
My bad.
Okay. So, Doodle is looking at this thing.
Yes.
You can still, oh my god, my eyes. You can still hear the groaning. Almost like it's coming from the boards itself. Jason, you also hear the groaning. Also, some rustling of leaves. You don't really see movement that's untoward.
I mean, I would hope not. I'm stirring a pot.
Yeah.
Wait, are you keeping watch or making breakfast? This is an important
Yes.
distinction.
Yes.
Oh god, that's huge. Never mind. Never mind.
At
Oh
this
my god.
point, Ziana would be up, and if nothing else, she would be, like, internally freaking out watching this thing.
Like, we're talking about, like, during our watch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're not up yet.
No,
Well, I mean, she doesn't
4
sleep.
hours.
He
Oh,
only
right,
needs 4
right,
hours,
right.
so yeah, she could be up.
Right. Anyhow. So, if Ziana, you're gonna be watching. Same roll. Perception with advantage.
That's a 19.
You also hear the groaning. Still, just the rustling of the leaves. Groan. And you notice something as you stare at the leaves and the weird clusters of grape-like fruit. Though it's kind of looks enticing. You pause because there are two things wrong about this. One, it's a bit early for fruit to be growing. Two, the leaves that are rustling, brushing against this fruit, are shaped like hands.
I'm sorry. Did you say hands? Like,
Yes.
Ah.
The base is whole, and then it has little outspurts, 5 digits, almost looking like a creature as it rustles.
Okay. Ziana will take a mental note of this.
moon's haunted.
and be like, and in her head be like, I do hope Meru has a fire spell because hell's no to whatever this is.
Urge it with fire.
Do you say this to Meru?
Are you up?
He
Yes.
is.
Yeah, they're all.
This is my watch.
Or I will point this out to Meru then. I was like,
I will have a fire spell ready once everybody's up.
don't freak out. But the branches where this fruit is bearing, they look like human hands.
I will have a fire spell ready when everybody's up.
That sounds like an excellent plan.
Maybe they're friendly hands.
You're sleeping.
I take it in my sleep.
Dumb ways to die.
So I will say, time passes, food is ready. Aside from the groaning and the rustling, nothing really changes.
I think by
The
now
night is
everyone
over.
would be up.
So, it's morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
The shed has plant hands. We're probably gonna kill it.
Because it has hands.
It's a shed.
You have hands too. Do you have hands? You are a bird.
I don't have plant hands. That is an important distinction.
You know, nothing normal ever happens on our trips. First a forest fire at the temple, and now a plant-handed shed. You know?
How about this? We try and find out what's inside the shed. If it attacks us, we kill it.
Y'all are making such a big deal out of this. Let me go try to talk to it if it's alive.
Oh no.
Not
Do you have
everything is
talk with
alive,
plants?
No, but Jason wouldn't care.
We can try a few languages.
Jason would figure if it's alive, it's an animal, and so he'd be able to roll an animal handling check. I can't get to the thing.
I'll make
It's
I'll
a
make
little
it so you
challenging.
can pass through the tents. Tents are so
Yeah, we
restrictive.
got it over here.
Okay. Don't be an obstacle. Don't be an obstacle. All
But
right.
anyway, yeah. Jason would not think that there is a spell called Talk to Plants. He would not know anything like that. He would just think, I'ma talk to it, and if it's alive, it'll understand me.
Sienna has her greatsword ready to cut Jason out of the plants.
All right.
So what am I rolling at
Where is
disadvantage?
Let me see. Nature.
Oh,
Just straight
great.
roll.
Straight roll? Okay. Even better. I'll roll my Grogue die.
Oh, Grogue.
Oh no.
Now, DM, I haven't been playing D&D for very long.
Oh God. Here it goes.
Only about 2-3 years now?
Mm-hmm.
But what does a 0 do?
A 0.
Natural
So-
1 minus 1. I'm not good with math. That is 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is actually.
Mm.
So you
Good
go up
news,
to-
high school math teacher.
High school.
Yeah, that was the last math I took, I think. No. I did take college math, actually. Now that I think about it.
Okay. But when did you learn that 1 minus 1 equals 0? Was that in high school or college?
Well, I did go to high school in North Carolina.
Mercy said no.
So anyway, DM, what happens on a 0?
You try to talk to this plant.
And I fall in the pond. No, sorry.
You
I
hear
will
no
not interrupt
response.
you. I'm sorry.
You hear no response. You hear the rustling, though. But as you pause, wait for it to respond, and nothing. The moment that you turn, it lashes out and it grabs your arm.
And that's
A
why
big-
Sienna kept an eye on it.
Before
A
you
big,
before
thick
you
vine.
keep going, when Jason turns around, he turns around and says, "See guys, it's fine."
Boing.
A big, thick vine wraps around your arm. It honestly looks like it could be an arm itself. Thick, green, stringy skin. It's not certain, but it looks gnarly, and it starts pulling you towards that
Sienna
opening.
is ready to fight.
I got
Alright.
fire. I'm setting the shed on fire.
I guess.
Maybe
I
it
don't
just
wanna-
wants a hug.
I don't want to roll initiative yet. So, Sienna, do your action, then Meru, yours.
Okay.
Yeah, Sienna's gonna try to release Jason and swing that greatsword to break that vine.
Okay, how are you trying to release Jason? Just cutting the thing?
Cutting the vine from its main source to, push Jason out the way.
Main source. That might be tricky.
Well, it's extended, so she's just cutting the vine
All
at
right.
this point to release him.
You go. You take your great sword. Cut the vine.
Mhm.
Roll to hit.
Okay. Five. 23 total.
It hits. Roll damage.
Okay. I was about to say, if that doesn't freaking hit, I'm gonna be so
The
mad.
moment when 25. Nope. And then we're just like, oh, bye, Jason.
Oh god.
Roll to
The
hit.
solution is
swings,
simple.
misses.
We go get his
Okay.
druid mother.
True. I think she would have prepared you more for this.
13.
13. Your great sword goes through it. Not all the way. It does sever more than half. So the grip on Jason's arm is loosened. But your sword cannot fully cleave.
Okay, so can we
this
pull
branch.
Jason out of the grip?
You can pull Jason out of the grip.
Okay, yeah, yeah, let's do that.
Nah, actually,
So
I think I'm
you
okay where I'm at.
Aye.
Just basically pull his arm out the vine at this point.
Mm-hmm. You pull his arm out of the vine, no problem.
Great.
Good.
Meru Percha with fire.
Fire, please. Can I fire it?
Can you fire it?
I would like to fire the thing.
Okay. With what and how?
Firebolt.
Okay.
Jason
me
vocally
just-
protests, but I don't think I can actually stop him in roll of combat. So
Well,
We're not in initiative order.
You're not-
Combat.
you're not in combat, technically.
if it's alive, we shouldn't just be killing it willy-nilly. I'm sure it just grabbed me because it felt threatened. Probably because people keep insisting on setting it on fire.
Firebolt?
Firebolt.
Alright. So, range spell attack. Roll to hit.
Meru's gonna end up listening to Jason on this one.
Really?
Mm.
For some reason, he hesitates.
Is it because you rolled shit on the attack?
No, I didn't roll for the attack. I rolled for whether or not I'd listen. How determined he was to set this thing on fire. Got a 6.
So then in that case, Jason would keep going. We are invading its land. It's the one that lives here. How would you feel if someone came into your home and started threatening to set you on fire? It had plenty of opportunity to attack us in the night. It didn't. The only time there was any kind of a problem was when we poked our noses where it wasn't where we weren't needed.
Okay, let's.
You mean you poked your nose up to it first?
Actually, Teldian did.
Let's put 2 and 2 together on this. That fruit is bait. This thing doesn't hunt, it lures.
Well, if you couldn't move, wouldn't you do the same?
I would. And we're not
Actually,
far.
setting bait is part of hunting.
So why
Depends on
don't
if
we
you're
pack
chasing
up
something.
and leave?
The point is that this is too close to the town at the very least.
Is it?
Is it, or is the town too close to its
Just
home?
outside of town.
Yeah, this is just outside the town. Like, there are
Yeah.
kids that play here, I'm sure.
And they probably know about it.
Maybe,
So why don't we go
maybe
and
not.
alert them first, and let the townspeople decide what they want to do?
Oh yeah, it's a town pet.
Yeah, let me get Jason away from the damn thing first, before it tries to attack him again.
We sent our pet beholder down to look for you.
I'm waiting for you. We sent our whole town mimic over. Nice little dude. But yeah, so Sienna's basically like, the point is, let's pack up and go into town and get out of its space and let the townspeople know to stay away from it.
Good enough for me.
Great.
And if they do want it taken care of, that is an option. But
Yes.
only after we have more information. Or if it gets aggressive. More aggressive than just, oh, you're poking me, I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, it's the native species here. They're the ones invading its home.
Well, we don't know that to be certain. We don't know the whole story behind this, so let's not assume.
Look, man, if there are wolves in the general vicinity of your cattle pasture, you're going to try and, protect your cattle. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong to kill the wolves.
No,
If that's what's happening, then yeah.
no.
And you don't just kindly ask the wolves to leave. Actually, your mom might. You know what?
Different
might
his
do
mom.
that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're
communicate.
talking about. That has
with the
never been a
wolves.
problem at my farm. In fact, the only
Deanna
wolves
turns
I've
to
ever
those
seen
that
are friendly
has
as
been.
hell, and they let me pet them and scritch them and cuddle them and feed them
But
from my
your
hand.
farm's weird.
Jason,
This is
wolves
not
are a
normal.
problem where I'm at more. Like, dangerous animals are more a problem where I'm at. Your mom has experience talking to animals. She has magic. She relies on that to keep y'all safe.
Yeah, I'm realizing that more and more, just how little I actually. Never mind. We were packing up. Let's go.
No breakfast?
Oh, I'd already dished it out.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
go breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're
I
not
made a
cooking.
breakfast stew, and so I just put it all in a Starbucks cup for everybody, and then
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Yep.
Diana does not eat. She just wants to GTFO as soon as possible.
Mhm.
F this
I
crap,
took the
I
cap
no
off of
thanks,
the to-go
don't
cup
mind me.
and like grab a spoon and I'm like slowly eating and drinking
Just
it.
Slower
All
than
right.
that. Just slower. Nowhere.
Well,
All right. Quick question.
yes.
On our way back to town, is this a decent spot to stop for the night, or do you want to keep going?
I was actually just going to go a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit.
Okay.
So,
But yeah.
going back to town?
Yeah.
Should I just make us all go there?
Just make us
Yeah.
all go there.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's dark at the town still.
Oh no.
But that's why.
Also,
Wait a minute,
why
there are
is
vines covering all the buildings?
why does the why
Who
why
summoned something in the night while we were
yeah, why does the well have an aura?
I was gonna ask that same question.
Everybody looks directly at Tim.
So, next time when I actually get to populating this town, you come here and it is pretty bustling. Imagine
Bussin'.
brain. Bustling.
Bussin'.
Imagine brain. There are people walking about, people trading, having very loud discussions over these slapped together stalls. And they all look mostly humanoid. There are some that seem not as human. There are tails, there are some feathers, but it's mostly slick, scaly, or kind of like reptilian-like skin for some of them. Occasionally, you do see more of a furry creature, but all of them are humanoid. Children and adults just having fun in what seems like the town square.
Do any of them look like plant people by chance?
No.
Okay.
Do,
Thought that
It
was
was
important to check.
do we see any strange grapes in the market stalls?
The grapes themselves?
Yeah.
No.
Any like the ones that we saw as bait?
Yeah.
You haven't seen any grapes.
Shark bait.
Nothing that looks like hands being sold in the market.
Not hands.
That would be a
that-
problem.
What's
Because
that
you're-
supposed to
you're-
mean?
You seem like you're saying, nope, not that, but you're gonna be interested in what I have to say. Once y'all finish talking, Howie, shut up.
No, it's all right. But as you are there, kind of scared of everything, this old lady walks out of one of the buildings and passes by you, but then stops and looks at you all. Y'all ain't from around here, are you? Are you with that Worthington guy?
Yeah.
Ah,
Were you expecting us?
well, I heard you'd be coming down. I should have kept a better eye out. My name's Olivia. Nice to meet
Greetings,
you.
Olivia. I'm Teldi.
all.
Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
This is Meru. This is Sienna.
Ah,
This is Ayana. And this is Noodle. Doodle.
Doodle the
Yeah.
noodle.
where's Jason?
Where is Jason?
I hit him
We
in a
lost
tree. He's there.
All right. Well, nice to meet you. Did you just get here?
Yeah, just
Say
last night.
that?
We spent a
Oh,
little bit
this
of
over
time.
here is Jason. And this is Sir Hoppy.
Oh,
Oh, the frog.
where'd you get him?
I just saw him on the log over there.
Oh,
He's
Well-
kind of adorable.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of
Clyde's
super
dog. What are
cute.
you talking about?
Well,
Is
Well, you
Noodle
just-
looking hungry when he looks at Sir Hoppy?
no.
Noodle hasn't eaten in a day or two, so
Maybe.
No.
no, he's not hungry.
So y'all just rolled into town?
Well, we spent the night outside of town.
Outside?
We don't have
Ah.
the money for rooming accommodations, so.
Outside where?
Speaking of which, do you know anything about about a strange plant creature that that seems to try and lure people with grapes?
Not necessarily people. A lot of animals eat grapes other than humans.
See, this is why you shouldn't sleep outside around here.
It was fine. They're just paranoid.
No, they're not. That is not a creature. It's just a plant. Just a plant that.
Venus flytrap type thing.
What's a Venus flytrap?
No, I'm saying as a player.
Okay.
Venus flytrap type thing, but D&D. Got it.
It's not a creature. It's just a plant. But yeah, some people, when they come in, they end up messing with that thing, and then they get pulled in and choked straight to death. But the grapes do make a really good wine. You know what? Come try some. And she
Hard pass.
begins.
I'm too young to drink.
Well,
It's too early in
and-
the morning to be drinking.
oh, it's never too early.
I'll make sure it's very light. And she
Yeah.
goes into this building.
Zion,
And
like,
that's
a strong one for me, please.
that's where we'll
just-
leave off.
Glare at Jason, just paranoid.
As she goes over to the building, Meru will turn to the rest of the party and be like, "Does she remind you guys of, I don't know, certain grapes that we've recently seen?"
I would like to point out, it was not being aggressive towards any single one of us until we got into its range and started messing with it.
But now that we know that it's not aware at all, it's literally just a plant. That changes
It's an
things.
environmental hazard. Destroying it is the same as killing some weeds in your garden.
Yeah, like I'm not specifically itching for a fight with a plant, but
I'm
If-
not
if we
itching
end
for a
up
fight
fighting-
with
No,
something
that-
that could become Audrey too. I'm gonna put it that way. So, anyways, as Jason makes the comment about us just being paranoid and everything, Sienna's gonna kind of give a small glare as she walks in, like, second that, Ziana, make it a strong one.
And with that, let's end our session for tonight.
Assuming we all follow suit.
Assuming you all follow suit, but even if you don't, let's end session for tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Fair.
All right.
So, thank you everybody for joining us. Once again, introducing or reintroducing our party. We have Ziana, played by Matt, aka Malador219. We have Sienna, played by Emily, aka Ember. We have Meru, played by Howie, aka BlueGamePlus. Jason, played by Jamey, aka KrimzonKnight Gaming. And Telvian, played by Tim, aka Lincoln Yellow. We will be back, hopefully, on November 26th. Hopefully. If anything happens that makes us have to change our plans, we will keep you updated via the Discord or my Twitter account. Both of the links are in the About Me section. Is there anything that y'all want to plug before we abscond?
I'm good.
You're good?
Not really.
Okay.
Nothing big, just the usual routine streaming and whatnot, you know?
Matt will probably be streaming this week if Twitch is nice to him.
Yep.
We may, I will say that we may end up not streaming a couple times in the next upcoming couple of months on account of the holidays, and, you know, depending on where people fall on certain days.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
So-
reasonable.
Matt will be streaming if Twitch is nice to him. You could catch Emily on TikTok. Howie steals my channel in the middle of the week every week. Jamey pretty much has a full schedule going on at 8/7 Central, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Tim is here. And
He shows
So
up on
we'll-
Tuesdays on Yvonne's streams.
yes, that too. Other than that, I shall release you all. It is late. Get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm streaming at 5 o'clock, Core Keeper. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a good night. Have a lovely week. You have all been stellar. And I release you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.